Welcome to Think Big with Dan and Qasim. Join hosts Dan Melnick and Qasim Masood as they explore big ideas, limitless possibilities, and engage with visionaries, entrepreneurs, and thought leaders who dare to dream big, get inspired, motivated, and find practical tips for personal growth. Think big, dream bigger, and ignite your potential.
So today we have Jack Rogers here from Cessna, one of our clients, and we're going to just kind of Effie here as well. And we're just going to talk about his experience working with Zing. So I guess, Jack, if you can just give us like a brief intro, to tell us more about yourself and Cessna and what exactly you guys do.
Yeah, sure. So, my name's Jack Rogers. Company I work for is called Cessna Pilots Association, and we do quite a number of things, but I think probably the best way to describe it would be an aviation services group, and that comes with maintaining a monthly magazine that we put out for our members. We have quite a lot of technical information, so that ranges from articles written on very specific things like a nose wheel shimmy damper, which means probably nothing to 98% of people who are hearing this, but very granular, small things kind of within the aviation industry and specifically for Cessna piston-driven aircraft. We also offer courses online and in person that kind of cover a high level of detail of how to maintain these planes properly, all the way from making sure that your propeller's balanced to proper engine mapping to make sure your plane is flying most optimally, landing gear, etc. So quite a lot of offerings, designed to make flying safer, better, and more enjoyable, and have our owners and maintainers more knowledgeable about those aircraft.
Well, I know definitely since working with you guys, I think about 7, 8 months now. You're definitely a very unique client of ours. I've learned a lot more about aviation and aircraft than I've ever learned beforehand. I'm curious for you, Jack, and for just Cessna in general, and John as well. What were some challenges and problems you were facing prior to working with Zing that maybe Zing helped you out with?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like you said, it is very niche. And so a lot of our, issues that arise are not always readily out of the box solutions. So, even if it comes with, just adding a feature that we want on our website, or getting a little more visibility for something, or even just kind of client management, we kind of need parts of so many different larger enterprises that we're just kind of picking the pieces of that helps serve us. And that was hard to get someone or a team that would be able to do that. And being a small business, we don't have teams and teams of developers to kind of help us manage those things. And it's kind of as a case by case basis. So that's what I think you guys have done better than anybody else that we've worked with before, is being able to respond to our kind of unique needs, and having someone it's like, oh yeah, we can set you up with this guy to fix this problem. So I think that's been kind of the biggest thing for us. Is I don't think you guys have ever said no to anything we've asked you to do, oh, we can't do that. So that's always been it's been a great help, and it's been great for the business.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome, and I'm glad to hear that. So I guess in terms of specific, and if you can talk about one or two specific problems that we helped you solve with just while we have worked together.
Yeah, I mean, what's great too is this hasn't gone live yet, and we've been working kind of behind the scenes with this, is kind of adding this interactive map feature that's going to allow our members, our advertisers, and our other partners to kind of, places of interest, an airport, a location for a parts manufacturer. And, we came to you guys with that and kind of had it up and running really quickly. And the level of detail that we can throw in at it is great. And has been working already really well just in some of our tests. And then let's see, another kind of big one that we have had is so we have a couple of different membership tiers, and with print, digital, etc. and we're getting ready to kind of launch a free membership that opens some of our online courses to people. And just kind of, I was surprised with someone who kind of has a non-technical computer background of like how many little things do need to go into getting little things ready to go and ready to go seamlessly. And I think those are some solutions that you guys have helped us with a lot. And even just the level of like responsiveness. We've had problems in the past of dealing with people either stateside or international that, the kind of turnaround time on just an email is a day or so, or, a Slack, it kind of goes on for a little while. And just the level of communication has been great. And I think is something that prevents larger problems from happening, is as that communication stays high, problems don't become bigger than they need to be.
Yeah, I mean, that's for us really working hand in hand with our clients is super important. Making sure fast communication, respond quickly, answer questions quickly is super important. And it's growing together. We learn your business. As we learn your business, we are able to, anytime you have something new, we try to, give even better solutions because now we understand your business a lot more on your website and how to, make changes a little bit more efficiently. I know you've kind of touched on this, but like, obviously we're a value-based company. We want to bring value to our clients, whether it's with marketing, whether it's building a website, they'd use it for their business. I guess, is there anything like you would say if there was like one or two key things that you've found the most value from Zing? Like what would those one or two key things be?
I guess in terms of actual hard assets, because we're kind of talking about like some of the soft things before that, we've had, and because we are a membership-based group, ultimately, in terms of getting, we had some legacy clients who were members who sent us a check every year with their membership dues, and we would kind of go in and manually kind of update them and manually be sending things out to get them, recurrent and staying within the CPA group. And one thing that Umair, I think it was him, a couple of the guys, just like really helped streamline the billing process and like the kind of renewals that we send out. And so what's been great is we've had to have do way less kind of back end paperwork of managing our members, and it's kind of helped automate that process a lot. And it's been nice that kind of the system is now moving faster than me, where a few times I've gone to go look at if someone was updated or if they were billed properly and it was already taken care of. And so that is one that I have seen a ton of value in, and because that just saves me more time. And I think, that's all anybody ever wants with getting kind of outside solutions is time saving, ultimately. So that's been a huge one.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we always try to be as efficient as possible and make our clients do as little work as possible. So on that note, finally, we always ask this question. Would you recommend, our services, Zing, to others? And if so, why?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think I've brought you guys up by name to a few other people when talking about the positive changes we've seen from our past partners with today of like, yeah, these guys have been really good. Yeah, so I mean, I absolutely would recommend Zing to anybody who will listen. And yeah, I kind of go back to what we were talking about earlier with ultimately like in business, transparency and communication are the highest priority. So one, I mean, you guys are really in terms of a value-based ad, right? I mean, it's hard to get the level of quality that we're getting elsewhere. And kind of you guys have been very transparent through the whole process of how things are getting handled, how we're getting billed, kind of what being realistic on timelines. Because that's a huge thing too, is it's easy for someone to say, oh yeah, this project will take us 2 hours, and then the bill shows up and it ends up being 6. And those things just kind of add up and you're like, okay, well, what are we paying for here? So you guys have always been very on top of how long you think something is going to take. team members who are working on it, and then delivering it to us in a really, timely fashion. So yeah, can't recommend it enough.
Awesome. Well, Jack, thank you so much for doing this interview. And I don't have anything else. I'm not sure if you do like anything else to add from your side.
No, it's obviously great work with Jack and John and Cessna. I guess I think so we're finished with the interview. You can just start recording, Dan, I guess.